Hello, good evening everybody. In this tutorial as a spoken English teacher, I have given you many different types of topics and I do believe that you will try to explain about your viewpoint related to that topics as what is given to you. First and foremost, you know that what is much more formal, you have to give your own introduction, then try to clarify about your presentation which is playing in your mind. So let us start to carry on. I would like to come to you as an initiator and I do believe that you can carry it.
Yeah. So good evening my respected sir and good evening all guys. So today our topic is full about that the advantages and disadvantages of newspaper. So first of all I would like to say that once upon a time it was when we have the only medium to get all the notifications and information from our surrounding, and that was the newspaper. But today, standing in 21st century, we have a lot of gadgets and also devices, and for that reason the market of newspaper is going downwards. But actually we have a lot of relevancy of newspaper today in our life, and it will be upheld by us in our group discussion today.
Okay, hello my friends and hello my sir. According to the topic, I want to say, really, in our daily life, newspaper play a vital role. In early morning, without a cup of tea and newspaper, everybody didn't start their daily life. If newspaper deliver being little late, the reader also angry on them. So think about the importance of newspaper. Nowadays, news are spread by various way like media, website, newspaper. But the newspaper, they have own importance always in everyone's life. So I want to start the advantage of the topic. Be updated. In whole over the world, each and individual second, what will be happen without newspaper, we can't able to know. And also without knowing, we can't able to be updated, and without updated, you can't able to develop yourself mentally. As a student, as a citizen, you didn't know about the opportunity or facility are given by somewhere or not. Even in that point of time, find a job as a student, newspaper is a great way to search on it.
I admiring your concept and I would like to add some advantages about the newspaper. Newspaper has a privilege to raise voice about the crime and step against the criminal and about the nation or about the nation about the justice. So another advantage is the historian use the newspaper for the collected information regarding the world wars, cold wars and other crucial incidents. In present time, we are so busy, we don't have enough time to watch and listen from TV and radio. For getting bulletins, we only depend on newspaper. It is the most favorable advantage of this side. So I would like to transfer.
My friend told a lot of things and inclusion a lot of things, and I also add some points that must be help us, and newspaper also provide us that in a separate segment in their separate pages. That is, and that for the job seeker, new job seekers and learners, and separate topics they will be published for the subscribers, and I think that must be helpful and one of the advantages for them. And second advantage is they provide a patient correspondence that can be helped and relating to the experience of traveling. That you know that traveling is so much important for each and everyone, and that they also provide, and for that reason the subscriber and the reader who read the story, they can be much more benefited and learn a lot of lessons from them. So that's
actually the trend as started by my friends telling about different types of advantages about the newspaper. So I would like to follow the trend and describe about some my point of view there. So first thing what found by me is that the different types of companies are there who provides you newspapers, and they provide this type of informative materials in a very little cost. And not only that, in rural and semi-rural places, whatever the media of connectivity is there, still in some places there is no electricity, there is no internet. So in that type of areas, the newspaper do the work for do connection with different types of rest of places of the world, and till there the different types of families are there. Some of them are backward classes, and plenty of number houses are there who belongs to be a poor family under the below income area. So at that point of view, newspaper plays a huge role to make over of that. And next thing what I would like to say that in spoken English or in any different field of learning any types of language, those language newspaper plays a vital role. If you want to learn English, then reading English newspaper or learning the gist, learning the content of the English newspaper can be a key instrument to you. And my last advantage what I found that it is too much portable, it is too much easy and easy to carry actually when you are traveling somewhere, if you fold a newspaper, then it took a very and little space. And not only that, if you are traveling somewhere by bus, by train or plane, that time there not at all the time there is not a particular internet facilities provides by different type of provider. So at that time, if you switch to a manual place, then actually you may find different things that that still can actually give you those type of energy, those type of information what you need for.
Yes, it's true.
I also add some advantages of newspaper, that there is no any initial investment, because when you as like electronic media, you have to purchase television or gadget, you have to spend more money, but in newspaper there have no any initial investment. And another thing is that there have no any particular time for a particular episode as electronic media. So it's help us for our time consuming lot of things. Yes,
It's true. And as far as I can tell, that to saying about the advantages, what type of we are getting from newspapers, and that is that low cost. Yes, in this modern time, in this modern generation, to need anything else, we have to purchase that. We have to purchase the money, and for that reason, if it is the cheapest media to get all the notification informations from our various corners of the earth. And not only that, the details information, yes, we cannot get the details informations by the gadgets, by the devices, what type of notifications we are getting, and by dint of newspaper it will be filled. And not only that, the writers, the printing officers will be benefited if this readerage is going on. And advertisement of just started business and advertisement of just started products, it is also relevant for them to known the products to every person, and that is the liability of newspaper is there going.
Okay, please.
Okay, late information delivered are also over there the problem. What would be happen in yesterday, newspaper deliver in next day. For that reason, we didn't know the current incident which will be happen in whole over the world. For that reason, we are facing a problem to collect information. Think about some incident are happen in our relatives who are staying far away for you, but the news we can't able to hear instantly. So think about what situation happen on your mind. Inconveniences. For that reason, we face a lot of problem to get information solid.
Okay.
So many disadvantages about the newspaper. I see that modern days newspaper provide only the autopsy of the incident. We don't get proper information about the actual incidents. And the second disadvantage mostly I see in the newspaper, the news reporter they are deliver stated their own judgment. When I follow the similar or any newspaper, I see the another judgment, and when I transfer another newspaper, I see another's judgment. So the news reporter they are their own judgment. It is not the totally inconvenience for the readers, because they are totally mislead about misguide about the information. So I think that is a big disadvantage about the reading newspaper, and we don't get any proper news from the current newspaper. We mostly depends on the television or the radio. It is very much disadvantages for the newspaper and the less importance of the newspapers.
and my friend say a lot of points and stated his concern. And one thing is that you already know about this, that is the disadvantages of newspaper, that is provide provocative news, that and that can be create each and others religions violence, riot, and terrorism activity can be take place, and for that's why the lot of peoples will be injured, and either they will be pass away. So that can be stopped. And another thing is that sometimes some newspaper provide spiritual coverage, and some people who read this story, they can be attractive, and they can be said they are influenced by them, and join
Commit something
terrorist team, and
Commit something wrong.
that commit something wrong, and that can be bad for nations. And I think authentic news provide is important for the readers and for the all. So that's
All people.
Yes, Saurabh, what you have told is right. Actually, I also see it as a minor. I have also seen that in different type of news channels are manipulated by some influencer. Either they can be a political face, they can be a social face, or a economical face. They can be many things. But I think that have seen that different types of news channels are manipulated, and whenever you are seeing a news channel, that should be neutral, because neutralism is very important for a news channel for knowing different types of people, that what is the correct news, what is the thing that happens to the ground zero, actually the spot where the incident happened. From that they have to cover the raw news, the raw material, and after that the people should get know. But what the news channels do, they get the raw material and trying to cover up different types of colors upon that and make something different news, so that strike to the normal people, and they making different type of issues about that. So that's a really bad thing. And next thing what I see, that in comparison of a digital media with a newspaper has a limitation of information, whereas a digital media such as phone, laptops, tablets is actually an infinite number of newspapers. So for if a person want to get acknowledged by different type of newspaper, so for any competitive exam or any field of his life, so I personally think he should switch to different type of digital media rather to be stick with a newspaper. And last thing what I seen, that many people think that newspaper is a better thing for those retired person. It is a time spending thing. But actually newspaper make you more lonely. When you are reading newspaper, then the interaction between newspaper and you, the reader, has been happening. But you slowly you are detaching from the social media, social environment. So that's a big deal.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's true. And also to saying about clarifying about the problems of newspapers, we can get a lot of things, because whatever things we have in our art, that has two sides, light and dark. So as to showing the disadvantages of newspaper, first of all, the dominancy of television in 21st century is a liable for showing the disadvantages of newspapers, because newspaper is a bundle of papers, but it has no attraction, no colors, no audiovisual system, and for that reason people are not getting attracted with them, so it is going downwards. Not only that, to making the newspapers we have to cutting the trees, getting the leaves, and not only that, we have to waste a lot of papers are wasting behind it, because if you have no interest in newspaper, then why a lot of newspaper is printing there? So paper wasting and cutting the trees, it is a big issue today to save our earth. And not only that, to read a newspaper, it's take a lot of times. Rather, if we can read the headlines of it, and if we can get the notification which is coming in your gadget, it will be take a lesser time than it. So in fully after all, what in conclusion we can say, we have a lot of more better options than newspaper, but it was our tradition, and if we can continue this prejudice in our country, then we can able to save our tradition in the future.
Okay.
So
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Give a big hand to this all fellow. I've done a really very good job indeed. Thank you very much.